Hey guys, today I am in my office, but I have it set up with a backdrop here, and I just basically pushed all of my junk to that other side of my office, and I have what is hopefully gonna be a home studio, super affordable setup that maybe you'll wanna steal. And I'm just gonna show you the behind the scenes of how I set this up, where I got the stand and the paper, and how you can easily take your own headshots or brand photos at home in your living room like I am right now. I am digging this light, man. I just need to make it a little taller, but it looks really cool. I don't know if I'll end up using a ring light, which is what I have the phone on right now, for the actual pictures on the backdrop, but it's gonna work really nicely for me to just show you the setup that I have going here. Okay, so let me tell you what I have set up here so far. So I just have the stand and my paper. When I ordered the paper, I think it's like 36 inches wide. It is so much more narrow than I was expecting. So I'm probably gonna add like another one of these to my cart later today after this video and get something a bit wider, but I think I can still pull it off because the pictures that I had in mind, I wanted to get some up close headshots of myself, but I also wanted to get some where you can actually see the stand, kind of like pulling behind the curtain so it still looks studio, but you can see the setup. And then the other thing that I like to do with these types of pictures is I cut them out anyway. So it doesn't matter if I'm coming right up to the edge. Either I can extend it in post-production or I can just use it as a cutout for, like, if you look, for example, on my YouTube banner right now, it's sort of a cutout image, and that is exactly what you can accomplish as long as you're against kind of a generally white wall or a paper backdrop like this one. It's gonna be a lot easier for you to get that cut out. And I just did this inside of Canva, but of course you can use Photoshop as well. I am going to open up my tripod here and just set this up, and it basically extends into my dining room. So this is like my living room being converted, and then I have like my desk in my office here. Behind where the camera will actually be is my dining room itself. So it's very at home. The ceilings in here are not tall. They're maybe 8 feet, and the rest of my house is only like 7.5 feet. So I'm going to just see what we can get away with. I have the backdrop extended almost as tall as the stands will let me. I think they can go a little bit taller, but hopefully we'll be able to accomplish what I'm envisioning here. And I think with me being seated, it's plenty tall. Okay, so I will set up my camera and start taking some test shots. I have my tripod now set up here. As you can see, the background, it doesn't extend all the way across the picture. That's okay. I'm just trying to get my settings dialed in, and then I'll figure out compositionally what I'm doing. But I wanted to show you that I still have the ring light on. We're kind of like in my dining room here. We're in a separate room, but we're shooting into this room. So my plan as of right now is to use just natural light for a few shots, and then I will incorporate either a video light, just some constant lighting, or a flash. So we'll see. I might just play around with it so I can show you the difference, but there is a fair bit of natural light happening on both sides, like over here behind me there's light coming in, and then obviously we have these sliding glass doors. So I'm gonna go ahead and set myself up and take some test shots. I have a remote here, and then I will show you the settings that I'm going to be using on the camera. Obviously we're gonna have to put this on remote mode. I will show you behind the scenes of what that actually looks like now. Okay, so what you'll need to take your own headshots or timered photos is to put your camera on the remote setting. And so we're on a Nikon D600, super affordable camera body. It's older, gotten tons of use out of it. And the first thing you need to do is look right here on that dial. Make sure that it's on that little block with the lines. That's a remote. You wanna be on remote, and then you're gonna go here on the back of your camera and go to the shooting menu and make sure that you're on that little green camera. And then you scroll until you find remote control mode. And then these are your 3 modes that you can shoot in when you're using a remote like we are today. So I'm just in quick response mode, which basically means as soon as I press the button, it's definitely gonna take the picture. So let me just show you what that looks like. Here's the remote that I'm using today. If I press the button, it already takes the shot, and you can see right there. So I am actually gonna end up turning this and shoot vertically just because the backdrop is very, very narrow. Now, if you're Canon,
Same thing, it's just gonna be a different part of your camera body menu.
This is a little remote that I'm using. It is by Nikon. It was super cheap. I'm gonna link it for you guys below, but I just got it off Amazon. I've had it for years, and it's worked really great for me. And I'm like trying to figure out where to put the remote. So I've done a little bit of shooting here. I have some thoughts that I hope will help you with your home shooting. So the first is that this remote is okay, but it definitely it doesn't always go when I click it. So that was a little tricky. And then I had to take off my mic because the cord was getting in all of the pictures. And sometimes I was having a hard time hiding the remote while still having the signal be out enough that the camera could receive it. And so I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of post-production to get rid of some of that, to extend the background, lighten some things up, and so on. So far for this setup, all I've done is use one video light, right here. And then I had that ring light front lighting me just the littlest bit. You can see the catch lights in my eyes, but other than that, it's all natural light. For what I'm doing, it's working really, really well. I think this is gonna look really cool. I do wish that I had a wider backdrop, so I'm definitely gonna order one of those right away. Honestly, something just 2 feet wider on either side would make a huge change because I could actually shoot horizontally because I've been shooting vertically a lot. But I'm excited. Now I've got all these fun ideas. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'll probably record some short video clips on my phone here just in front of the backdrop so that I can create my own GIFs for Instagram reactions. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And if any of you guys are interested in how to do this, it's really easy and I can make a video for you about it. And then other than that, I'm probably just gonna create some reels here while I have the light and while I have my makeup done. And then I'm gonna call it a day. Woo! It's a messy situation here. Let's just turn and sit on this stool. All right. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more taking your own headshots, portraiture that's studio style, hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment. Let me know if you got anything out of this, if you have any questions, or if you want me to come back and share more of how I'm going to be taking my own headshots and creating my own content inside of my home. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week. Bye guys.